All right, so let's talk about real world problems involving rational numbers. So we have here a problem. Maria ran 2.75 miles on Monday and 1.6 miles on Tuesday. How many miles did she run in total? Okay, so this tells me that this is an addition problem because we are combining Monday's miles with Tuesday's miles to see how many miles she ran in total, okay? So 2.75 plus 1.6 is going to equal 4.35 miles. So in total, from Monday and Tuesday, she ran 4.35 miles, okay? So this one, let's see what operation we're going to use. Jamal had 4 2/3 yards of fabric. He used 1 5/6 yards to make a scarf. How much fabric does he have remaining? So you might see how much is left, how much is remaining. These two things are key indicators that we are working with subtraction. So we have Jamal had 4 2/3 to start. Then he made a scarf and he used 1 5/6 yards. So 4 2/5 minus 1 5/6 will tell us how much we have left. So if we have 4 2/3 minus 1 5/6, I'm just going to use my handy dandy calculator here. So we have 2 here. Okay, so this mixed number changes to 14/3 as an improper fraction. And then we have 1 times 6 plus 5 is going to give us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 over 6. So if I'm going to subtract these, I have to make sure my denominators are the same. So I'm going to multiply this side by 2 to get my 3 to turn into a 6, okay? So 3 times 2 is equal to 6, of course. 2 times 14 equals 28. And then we're keeping 11/6 the same so that our denominators are the same. When we subtract, we keep our denominator and then we subtract our numerator. So 28 minus 11 is equal to 17/6. And how many 6's go into 17 equally? 2. And then we have 5/6 left over. So 2 5/6 yards of fabric remaining. So if you did this with your calculator, you could type 4 ABC2, ABC3, ABC meaning the fraction function on your TI 36, I believe, minus 1, ABC5, ABC6 to get this mixed number and equals, and you're still going to get 2 5/6 as your answer. It might just look like this, okay? All right, so let's read the next one. We have each notebook costs $2.45. If you buy 3 notebooks, how much do you spend in total? So that means we have one notebook is $2.45. Another notebook is $2.45. Another notebook is $2.45. So when we have 3 notebooks and we have each price of each notebook and we're adding, repeated addition tells me that I'm going to be using multiplication. So if I multiply 2.45 by 1, 2, 3, then I will get my answer. So 2.45 times 3, this is a multiplication problem. Let's do that. I'm going to use my calculator this time. So 2.45 times 3. So we have 7.35, and this is cost, so it is $7.35. Okay, last problem here. So a 3.5 pound bag of flour is used to make loaves of bread. Each loaf takes 1/2 pound of flour. How many loaves can you make? So we start with 3.5. So I'm going to write just a drawing here. I have 3 holes and then 1/2. Okay, so we'll write that 1 hole and then 1/2 of a whole here. So that's 3.5. And then it takes a 1/2 pound to make flour. So only a 1/2 to make the flour. So this immediately to me looks like a division problem because I need to divide the 3.5 pounds of flour up into 1/2 pound batches to make 1 loaf of bread. So if I divide these up into half pieces, then really I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1/2 pounds that I can have, therefore 7 loaves of bread is my answer. So if I wanted to write this in mathematically, I could type 3.5 divided by 1/2, and this is equal to 7. We have 3 halves within 3.5. And there you have it.